to another episode of Cooking with Lauren. Today I have a very special recipe for y'all. I made egg foo young at home earlier this week for dinner, and I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to see it for Cooking with Lauren this week, and you guys, of course, you said yes. So I'm so excited to be recreating this dish. I love taking like different recipes that you get at a restaurant and showing you guys how you can make them right in the comfort of your own home. You can save money, and with Chinese food, you know what's going into the dish because you're creating it yourself. So I'm so excited to get started on this recipe, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to do is start on the gravy. It's going to take a few minutes to thicken up. The egg Foo Young Patties themselves, they're so quick. We're really going to start getting worked on everything else first before we get started on the patties. So in order to make your gravy, you're just going to need some beef broth, some soy sauce, some cornstarch, and if you like your gravy spicy like me, then you want to get I think this is like red pepper chili sauce, garlic chili sauce. I have some of this as well because I always tell them to make mine spicy when I order out. So I'm just going to pour the soy sauce into the cornstarch, and I'm gonna whisk this together first, and this is just going to make like a little gravy in itself really quick with the cornstarch. I don't use cornstarch for everything. I usually like make a roux, but if you are using it for something like a gravy, then cornstarch is a great thickening method. You can get it anywhere. Just make sure everything's mixed. You can get it anywhere, any regular grocery store, specialty grocery store, it really doesn't matter, and they have it right there next to the flour, same aisle. So, and then I just pour a little bit of the beef broth into the soy sauce and cornstarch mixture as well. So we're just gonna pour that cornstarch. I'm so tongue-tied. If you guys haven't watched our new video yet, when me and Henry got braces, I'll link it up top. Look, y'all, this episode almost didn't happen because our teeth were they were hurting so bad. I didn't know what I could make this week that was going to be soft, but thankfully my teeth are kind of like back to normal now, so I really could cook anything, but it's still kind of hard talking with them. So I'm gonna pour the cornstarch mixture into the pot, and I'm gonna bring it to a boil. So this is all the cornstarch mixture, and then I'm gonna pour the rest of the beef broth in the pot as well. This is about a half of a can, so about almost 4 to 6 ounces of beef broth. And of course, you can always find the exact recipe in the description box. I always put it down there, so make sure you guys check that out first before you recreate the dishes at home. So I'm gonna bring this up to a boil, and I'm gonna make sure that I currently whisk it because it will start to thicken and I don't want it to stick and everything like that. So make sure you're constantly stirring your gravy. And now we're gonna get started on the shrimp. I almost forgot to mention that I'm gonna add my chili paste in now as well, so that way that all that spicy flavor will cook right into the gravy. Getting started on our shrimp, I have a few peel and deveined shrimp here. These are large. So I'm gonna take these out, and before we cook these, I just wanna cut them up a little bit. I think I might cut them into maybe 2 or 3 sections. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna cut them into 3 sections because, like I said, these are really large, and I want them to be bite-sized, so that way when we bite into our egg foo young, we have a bite of shrimp in every single bite of egg. So yeah, when I order Chinese food, I like to order egg foo young. That's like my all-time favorite thing to order. I always order that, or I'll order shrimp lo mein. Shrimp lo mein is another one of my favorites. Henry is more of like a shrimp fried rice type of person. I'm not really big on fried rice, but oh, and he likes like orange chicken, but I usually stick to egg foo young or shrimp lo mein. And the good thing about this dish is that you can make it with shrimp. Some people like it with chicken, some people like it with pork, or you can add in all 3, whatever you want to do. So I'm just making it with shrimp today. Our pan is back here getting nice and hot. I have a saucepan going here, and I'm gonna add in the shrimp. I'm going to undercook the shrimp so slightly because I don't want to overcook them when they go back into the oil with the egg. and cook the egg. So I don't want to overcook the shrimp. You don't want it to be tough. You want it to be juicy and tender. So I'm gonna let these go for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're gonna take them out. In the meantime, we're gonna get started on our egg mixture. Our shrimp are already done, so I'm gonna take these off the flame. These probably cook for about 2 minutes. And I'm gonna let these sit aside a little bit because I don't want them to be too hot when we add it into the egg mixture because it might scramble our eggs. So we're gonna get started on our egg mixture. So I have 6 eggs here, and I'm gonna crack all of these into a really large bowl. And of course you want to use as many eggs for as many people you're going to feed. It's just me. I think I want to take some of this for lunch tomorrow, leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So hopefully this yields enough patties for me to eat for lunch today and tomorrow. Because Henry doesn't like egg foo young, so this is all for me. And I'm going to whisk all these eggs together. Let's see, looking at this, I think I'm gonna need like 2 more eggs. So I'm gonna grab 2 more. Because the thing is, we're not putting anything else in this batter to kind of stretch the eggs out. So it's just like milk or anything like that. So it's just the egg in itself. And I definitely need like a few more. Depending on how many you're gonna eat. So I'm gonna sit these eggs aside, and I'm gonna start on my diced onions. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love onions in my egg foo young. I've had egg foo young that has like carrots in it and stuff like that. I don't want, or like mushrooms. I don't like all that stuff in my egg foo young. I only like onions, so you know, feel free to add whatever vegetables you want to add into it. Make the recipe your own. So I'm going to just go ahead and make big dices of this onion. This is about a medium-sized yellow onion. I'm just going to dice this. And then I'm going to add these onions to my egg mixture. Try to separate them as much as I can so that it's just a single slice of onion. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna also add a little bit of soy sauce. And then I'm gonna whisk this up again. So it's like a really simple dish. It hardly takes anything to make this. Like eggs that you already can beat up and shrimp, it hardly takes any time at all. So now I'm gonna add my shrimp in here, and then I'm gonna give this a good whisk. To achieve the perfect jasmine rice every time, I measure 1.5 cups of water, and I pour that water into a very hot saucepan. Afterwards, I measure out 1 full cup of jasmine rice. I only use this recipe for jasmine rice. I'm not sure if it'll work if you use just like regular long grain rice. And after I measure out a full cup of jasmine rice, I pour that into the pot with the water, and I turn the flame up on high so that the rice and the water can come to a boil. Give it 1 stir. After the water and the rice come up to a boil, a hard boil, turn your flame all the way down to the lowest setting possible. Afterwards, give it 1 more stir and add the lid onto your pot. Set a timer for 18 minutes exactly, and at the conclusion of your 18 minutes, you'll have perfect jasmine rice. It's time to fry up our egg patties. So I just am going to give it 1 last whisk, and we are going to get started. So I am going to ladle the egg mixture into the hot oil using whatever you want, some type of metal scooper. This is just a measuring cup. Make sure, of course, that you don't use plastic because you don't want it to burn into the oil. In this oil, it's just vegetable oil, and then I mix just a few tablespoons of sesame oil for that Chinese flavor. So I am going to make sure that I have a little bit of egg, some onion, and everything in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the oil. You don't have to be neat because of course it's gonna get messed up. Ooh. So this is what you want to see. This nice egg forming to the top. It almost looks like a funnel cake, I swear. That's exactly what it looks like. And then once it gets brown, you're just going to flip it over to the other side. Hopefully we don't get second and third degree burns out here, y'all. It actually does take a few minutes for it to really brown on one side. And I think I got the brownness that I want. So I'm going to use a combination of this frying spatula thing and a fork to try to flip this bad boy over. Be very careful. Oh, look at that. This looks so good. And don't be afraid to keep it on high heat. That's what's going to get that nice brown texture and color on the outside of your egg. All right, y'all, our first one is ready. So I'm just going to carefully scoop this thing. Why is it so huge? Look at this. I'm going to let it drain for a little bit because it has quite a bit of oil in it. Oh, look at this, y'all. It looks like a baby, like a funnel cake or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep frying these up and I'll get back to you guys in just a bit. We got our egg Foo Young patty here and our timer is just about to go off in 30 seconds. Scoop this beautiful rice next to my egg patty. Ooh. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready to taste this. So I'm gonna cut into our egg Foo Young patty. I got a piece of shrimp and an onion, and I'm gonna get some rice. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Let's try it. Y'all, if I chew funny, don't make fun of me with these daggone braces. It tastes just like how it tastes when you get it from the Chinese store. The gravy is so good, really adding that spice in there with the garlic chili paste. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't know how to cook your rice perfectly, the way I showed y'all, this rice is so tender and it's perfectly cooked. This is so good, y'all. Alright, y'all, I'm about to finish my lunch, so you know what that means. I will see you next week, same time, same place, different recipe. If you happen to recreate this dish at home, make sure that you tag me on Instagram and use the hashtag cookingwithlon so that I can see your recipes. I love talking to you guys on Instagram. You guys DM me, you tag me on Instagram for all your recipes that you recreate, and I really love to interact with you. So just make sure that you upload it on Instagram or any social media account so that I can see it. Also, if you really like this video and this recipe, be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up so that way I know what you guys like. I will see you guys next week, guys. Same time, same place, different recipe. Like it's stir fry.